What's going on, guys? How y'all doing? Hope you guys are having a great day, great night. Hope you guys have fun with Archer. Archer just released. It's actually what this video is about. So Archer just got released, and I'm sure you guys are having a lot of fun with him. I just want to go ahead and make this quick Archer skill video. You guys already know the skills by now, but I'm just gonna. A lot of people have asked me about like skill guides, what I use, what I'm leveling up, and a lot of people have asked what skills should we use to grind. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go through them all right now. So as you can see, a lot of the top part of my skills aren't really actually skilled into, mostly because some of them just don't do a lot of damage. Purging Shot does do a decent amount of damage, but it goes off of the kick damage as well, which means I have to invest into the kick and Purging Shot, which, to be honest, I don't really want to do, just because obviously, since we're still grinding, we don't have a lot of skill points. We're trying to use the best possible skills that'll give the highest amount of damage without wasting as many skill points. So we actually dropped down to the bottom. I will say though, Ensnare is really great. It gives you the 30% crit buff, and it can actually one-shot a decent pack from time to time, as long as you have, obviously if you have some AP. And on top of that, it does pull them together. So if you have a pack that's kind of spread apart, and we have a mob here. So if you have a pack that's spread apart, things of that nature, you can kind of just use Ensnare and kind of pull them together. It makes it a little easier to kill. And you can combine that with Meteor Shower. Literally, Ensnare into Meteor Shower normally can kill a pack if you have decent gear. Obviously, everything I'm going to say today is going to be with the kind of idea that you have gear and you're not like just 5 AP play. Alright, so keep going. Covering Fire, I'll get into it. If you have extra skill points, it'll be nice to invest into, should you go for Covering Fire into your Shift E, just because your Shift E does have a long startup animation, so you can cancel it with Covering Fire. I've covered that in a previous video, so I won't dive too much into it. But again, not too many skill points, so I didn't really skill into it just yet. Wing Strike. Wing Strike is 100% you definitely should invest into, because you can actually kill a pack before you get there. As you're going to the next pack, you can normally kill a pack before you even get there, so then you can go straight into the next pack if you have Wing Strike. Literally a couple Wing Strike hits and it's dead. So definitely get it. Shift Q, I would recommend getting Shift Q, just because it does have a long range. So if you have a pack that's kind of out of your way, but you still want to try to kill it, you can use Shift Q to hit it without actually having to go there, to get a little extra XP as you're grinding. Shift R&B is definitely a must too. It does a lot of damage, and it's got a decent amount of range to it as well. So for example, if I'm going up here and I want to kill this pack, but if I want to kill the pack here, oh, I can't ping. If I want to kill the pack right in front of me, but at the same time I want to kill the pack to the left, I can go, imagine these guys aren't there. I can go here, use my Shift R&B, kill that pack, and then just come here and do whatever it is I want to do to this pack. And yeah, so I would definitely recommend getting your Shift R&B. You can do a similar thing with Shift Q, just doing that, and then you're on this pack. So if you just want to save some time, I would definitely get it. It's definitely worth. And let's go ahead and go back over here, reset these mobs, so we can continue with the skill video. And that's my dog trying to say hi. Okay, Shift F, your arrow explosion, it's definitely you should get as well. Just like the other skills, it's got a decent amount of range to it. It can kill a pack of mobs. I will recommend that you don't use it on a pack that's right in front of you, because it will go over. It kind of has a distance before it actually explodes. I will throw it out into the air so you can see. As you can see, it has a distance, so if the pack is right in front of you, it won't hit the pack. Keep that in mind. And those are the main skills in Unawakening that I actually use to grind. And then Awakening, you have your Shift LMB, which is a good amount of damage. It has a decent AoE in front of you. It can kill a pack of mobs in front of you, provided you have a decent amount of AP, like I said. So I would definitely recommend it. It's really nice. You can literally dash and use Shift LMB quickly to pick a pack of mobs. Your Shift E, I would recommend it if you have extra skill points to get it, pick it up. It can aggro a few packs of mobs, and it can kill, like, let's say, you know, you use your Shift R and B, or you did a skill and maybe one or two mobs aren't dead just yet, but they're kind of far away. You use Shift E and just clear it off as you continue on your grind. Spear of Sylvia, I would recommend. Spear of Sylvia also spins and pulls mobs, but it also kill a pack of mobs if you have the right AP. And you can just quickly, if you want, use Ensnare into Spear of Sylvia. Ensnare and Spear of Sylvia both get put on. You can put on both on the hotbar, and you can use both in pre-awakening and awakening. So I'll show you that now. So right now I'm in awakening, as you can see, and I can use Ensnare to get into unawakening, and the same thing on the other side, right? So I'm in unawakening now, as you can see with my crossbow. I can use Spear of Sylvia, and it also puts me in awakening. Also, PvP note, I tried it on the global test lab. This actually does a lot of damage, and it's super armor, so just PvP side note, guys, keep that in mind. And we'll keep going. Lit Dragon's Call. This is an interesting skill. I think it does a decent amount of damage once you actually level it up. For now, it still does decent amount of damage with this at this level as well. It does have a knockback, so kind of keep that in mind when you're grinding with it. But it is a quick, easy skill. You can use like Lit Dragon's Call straight into Shift E, and it kills a decent amount, mostly a majority of the packs. I did have Fogans and Nagas. It's killing packs of mobs for me. And it has, okay, so it has 40 HP back on hit, but get this. It ignores collision damage, which means it goes through mobs to the rest of the mobs, and it's got a long range. So it gives you a shit ton of HP back. So it's definitely worth getting. You got extra skill points, go ahead and roll into it. This skill, I wouldn't Uproot, I wouldn't recommend for grinding purposes, unless, like, I guess if you have no other skills up, you can use it. I will say though, so Lit Dragon's Call is actually pretty cool. It can be, as you can see, there's a long startup animation before it even starts charging, right? It has kind of a longish startup animation, which can be canceled into a few different ways. You can dash into it, like so, or, okay, you can also do your uproot, your down F into it, like so. And then you can even do the full uproot if you really want to. So the uproot has two parts to it. I'll show you right now. It goes 1, 2, and then you can go straight into it like that. And you can also Shift Q Spear of Sylvia into it. So let's say you're unawakening, whatever. You're in your Spear of Sylvia. You hold Shift R and B. It's a little bit faster. At least for me, it feels a little faster, a little smoother than just going straight into Shift R and B. You do extra damage. Okay, so those are the skills. Alright guys, so before I forget, please don't forget, Archer has really bad issues with hills, so a lot of your skills might not hit if you are on a hill, if you're shooting up or shooting down. Your Shift E and Awakening, for example, as you can see, it doesn't actually go up the hill, it'll just go straight through. Your Arrow Explosion is kind of the same thing, it'll go inside the terrain. You have quite a few skills that do that. Your Shift Q can sometimes not hit. Your Shift R and B, actually, the funny thing about Shift R and B, obviously it won't hit it up the hill, as well as keep in mind, if you're trying to do it on a person or even mobs, do not let them stand right in front of you. Make sure they're kind of like have a little bit of a distance, like right around here. Because if they're right in front of you, like right here, what's going to happen is it's going to go through them. It kind of has a slight delay in distance before it starts to hit. Your Shift R and B, as you can see, it aims with you. So if you want to aim it up the hill, make sure you're kind of aiming a little up the hill, like so. Not all the skills would do that. Your Shift E does not, but your Shift R and B will. Your Shift Q will actually aim where you aim to. So just keep that in mind when you're shooting up the hill.
What does perfect even mean? such a thing. Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to